Big Blue in a Kentucky blowout the last time they saw the Cards.
And I think it's always fun to watch the response. In rivalry games, when one side gets smashed and they have to hear about it for a year, Palmer, it usually ends up being a pretty good game.
Yeah, they brag a lot in this state. It doesn't matter that either team really haven't been in the national championship picture for years. This game matters.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Shoots it to the left. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. A fair catch just inside the 40. So the Louisville Cardinals offense has its first opportunity of the day. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Dropping back, it's Allen. Dumps it to the back. Gets it out quickly. He's running free down the middle. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. These two first met in 1912, and both have a rich history of stars. John Unitas, Lamar Jackson from Louisville, Bear Bryant, and Tim Couch at Kentucky through the years. The rivalry is a great one, fellas.
That's a great list of people to think about.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And that's the challenge today. A week ago, they failed the challenge. Last week, they gave up 5 sacks. They can't do that again today. This defense saw it. They watched it on tape. They know they're not doing a good job of protecting their quarterback, and already 1 sack on the day.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Throws for the end zone. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Got room on the return. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
As a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide, making the big interception.
Looking for a gap. It's Perry. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base.
There he goes. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's right down the gut of the field. Defense has it, they're on the move. Touchdown, Louisville! The defense putting points on the board.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield. You're trying to find an open guy. You're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. And they hit you. They knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping two hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Scanning the field, it's Boley. Under fire. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
I'll tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing 3 allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really dynamic in the back end of your defense.
Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Washington. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch at the midfield logo. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed it.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, running back on the move. Brought down right at the 10, and this defense keeps him away from the first down line, but will they go for it on 4th down?
I like the way this offense is ending the first half. Like, putting a good drive together. I like the running down here in this area. You got to be physical in this part of the field. You've got a good lead. You got a chance to go in the half with more momentum, continue to run the ball, eat the clock, and put some points on the board.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Kentucky sends the offense back out. The field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Here's the handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Bowling. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for the...
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you got to have two hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Gonna run it. It's Wilcox. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll ride the hot hand. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Intercepted for the 11th time. Got some room to run. He's at the 40. At the 20. Touchdown Cardinals. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. From the shotgun, the inside give. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to pass, it's Bowling. Bringing the heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And this is not the start this guy envisioned in this game. He's already thrown a pick 6 here in the first quarter, and now he takes a sack. You got to wonder if that pick 6 rattled him a little bit. And if he's out here now seeing ghosts, he's got to get to the sidelines. He's got to shake the cobwebs off. He's got to be able to turn the page and have a short memory, because this thing is going in the wrong direction for their signal call.
That's the end of the period, and Louisville has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the third sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Caught in the backfield. It's Perry. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch, converts on fourth down, is still on his feet. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent.
Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback. Get him at the 46.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Dropping back, it's Bowling. Fires to the right. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. The last time they had it, they weren't secure with the football and put it on the ground, David.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that will...
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And this guy has some shiftiness to him, and he showed it off to the defense after picking up a few. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Soft spot in the middle. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. The Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Trying play action. And the Cardinals send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. To the ground with the back. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, But after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Dropping back, it's Bowling. Takes a hit as he fires. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. Catches it at the 30. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
They make the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. To the air on first down. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's run out of bounds, and they'll say he stepped out at the 27. The Cardinals come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Looking to throw. Oh, they're after him. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. And the misconnection on third down. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. Absolutely center cut. And now the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big Ten action today. A couple of teams who have had this game circled on the calendar for some time. Illinois went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Illini ever do that? No cupcakes this week, fellas. This Big Ten battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds is turning it on. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
Looking for a man. It's Bowling. Got him downfield. And he's brought down after a nice game. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. The Wildcats want to crank the tempo. Trying to run, it's Perry. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Grabbed behind the line. It's Perry. Oh, he's got some space. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
From the gun. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
And this offense shows right away on 1st down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And I'm not going to say that was a must score, but that was a must score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully, now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the 2nd half.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Hughes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They'll give it to him again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hauser. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The defense has been hanging on for dear life figuratively, now literally, and it draws a flag. 3 yards, 1st down for the offense after that penalty. To the air, it's Allen. Using his feet to buy time. Crosses the 45. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the 1st down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
They're working that left side. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Wildcats and Cards. And this second half will likely come down to which offense can figure anything out. Take some chances, get creative. Both offensive coordinators had full heads of hair at the start of this game, but right now, they look like cue balls after one frustrating first half.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Hughes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line
breaks into the open. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. And the Cardinals, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Might as well give it to him again. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Allen. Here comes the heat. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
He hurls one deep down the left side. He caught it! So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
3rd down and long is the hardest down to execute in football, but this offense made it look easy. Nice job being aggressive, making the big play down the field, and now set up in a position where they can go get a touchdown on 1st and goal.
Let's go! Pushes ahead. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. The Ville taking command as the Cardinals stretch the lead.
Yeah, the Cardinals doing everything right. They're doing everything they need to do. They are looking down their noses at Kentucky right now saying, we run this state.
And it looks like Louisville just has the most composure between the 2 teams in this game, right? They're not making as many mental errors, and that's starting to show up on the scoreboard.
And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Looking downfield, it's Bowling. Snagged in the middle, it's Preston. And they're able to get him down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Converts on fourth down. Still going. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Here's a heat. Hit as he throws. Got it in the middle. It's Washington. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. To the air, it's Boley. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. And the Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He's looking downfield to throw. Under fire. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Kentucky will be forced to punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's loose. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. Pass completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll move the tight end. Looking for a man. It's Allen. Rushes on him. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
Deep shot for the end zone. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. Well, they've already made one. The holder will put it down at the 38 for a 48-yard attempt. It's good. Easy call for the ref. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Looking to throw on first down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Complete to the left. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
How about the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch?
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Got his man. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Kentucky going quickly. Looking to pass. It's Bowling. Throws toward the end zone. Just threw that one way too far.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
And I've never met an offensive player who said, no, we don't want to go for it on 4th and 1. 4th and 1 is a great situation for the offense. You got to get 1 yard. You practice it.
He's looking deep. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Well, this defense was ready for go-homes against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. And it's knocked away, incomplete, and that's how we'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Louisville has the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Offense calls a timeout here, critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Bowling. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Makes the grab. It's Brown. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Wildcats will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle, and receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passing plays.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They had this thing in a hammer.